From WBAY TV, coverage you can count on. Action 2 News at 5 starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Bill is off tonight. This is what we are dealing with tonight. Severe weather that brought funnel clouds in a couple of places. Colin Hurt took this picture along Highway 29 just outside of Shawano. Severe weather continues to roll through northeast Wisconsin tonight.
And we have multiple news crews out in the field tracking those storms and, of course, the top forecasting technology live from Storm Center 2. So let's get right to Chief Meteorologist George Graffis to walk us through what's happening on the radar. George.
Well, let's start with that then, and we'll begin with Pinpoint Digital Doppler. You can see a north to south line of thunderstorms, which at the present time reaches right along the lakeshore, doesn't it? And it's moving off to the northeast. So for those of you in Sheboygan and Manitowoc, and much of it is now just right along the lakeshore in Kewaunee County and into southern portions of Brown County, that is moving away from you very, very rapidly. Good news for you there. Other areas, though, in northeast Wisconsin, if you're in Door County, you've got these storms moving toward you all the way up into the south central upper peninsula. Isn't that right, Brad?
Yeah, and we still have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings here. Door County, you have a severe thunderstorm warning until 6 p.m. Those of you in Menominee County, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, you have a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:30, and there's just a small section of Marinette County there, central Marinette County, call it, with a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:30 as well.
Thank you, gentlemen. I tell you that you could hear the thunder rolling through as we speak.
Right there.
Right there. Our Sierra Gillespie is actually out in Green Bay reporting for us. That severe weather is coming through quickly tonight.
And Sierra, what are you seeing on the ground right now where you are?
Jeff and Cammie, right now I'm off Packerland Drive, and like you said, we can hear thunder outside right now. We just saw some lightning, but here is a home where a tree, you can see a red oak tree, has crashed into the roof of the home here. The Green Bay Metro Fire Department left just minutes ago, but they were inside working to secure the area. I was allowed just inside the door there, and even from the front door, I could see that the tree had crashed into the roof and into the ceiling, causing a giant hole in the ceiling. I could see insulation, I could see exposed wires, and that's why, as they were working to secure the area, the Green Bay Metro Fire Department actually turned off the power to make sure everyone was safe. Now, there was one woman who was home at the time of the crash. She was safe and was working with the fire department to make sure that the area is secure, and any of her belongings she was able to salvage. When I asked them how much damage this may have caused, they said anywhere between $75,000 and $100,000. They're continuing the investigation. We'll continue reporting on any severe weather across the area for the rest of the night. Make sure to stay with Action 2 News both on air and online. Reporting live in Green Bay, Sierra Gillespie, Action 2 News.
All right, Sierra, thank you. And those storms first started hitting the viewing area north and west of Green Bay, and that's where reports of at least one tornado have come in.
And our Brittany Schmidt has been checking into potential damage as well tonight. Brittany.
Hi, we are eastbound on 22 just outside of Cecil right now, and the reason we're kind of out here, we're trying to get to Pulaski, but we've been forced to turn around at least 3 or 4 times because of flooding on the roadways. There's a lot of flooding. The rain has kind of let up, but it's been raining constant for at least the past hour and a half up here. Earlier we were in Shawano and Kashina. Again, a lot of rain. The storm sewers, we're definitely trying to keep up with all that rainfall. We're still trying to get over to Pulaski for reports of barns down, trees on houses, and we're going to do our best to try to get over there as safely as possible. But again, we keep kind of running into a lot of flooding on roadways, so just be careful if you have to go out tonight. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks so much, Brittany. She is on her way to Pulaski, as she mentioned, to check out potential reports of damage there. And there's also been some reports of damage in the Fox Valley area.
There's a long line of storms. Jason Zimmerman standing by on Appleton's east side where a warehouse has been damaged tonight. Jason.
Jeff, quite a bit of damage in this area. I'm standing at the corner of Warehouse Road and Radio Drive, and right behind me, let's take a look at what some of the damage that you can see. This is the Apvion building right behind me, a big warehouse, and you can see the roof. Portions of this roof have been blown off completely. There is a semi right here in the parking lot that has been tipped over from the winds that came through here. You look over there, you can see the stop sign down with the street marker as well. This building all the way down has damage, and it is a long building. If we look, I can tell you down here on the end, the entire side of the building has been blown off. Plus, if we take a look over here, this is the Theta Care facility, and there's a heater that was on top of the building that's now in the parking lot. If we can see past these cars here in front of me as well. Lots of debris on the ground. If we go over here, Don, you can see the ground just littered with debris that's been blown off of buildings, trees, trash. Obviously, a major cleanup is taking place right now as people are just starting to come out and look at the damage. I have with me who just arrived on the scene, County Executive Tom Nelson, and you've been out kind of making the rounds, Tom. What are you seeing?
Well, this is one of our first stops. I mean, you know, we're seeing a lot of activity on Twitter and social media that unfortunately structure behind us was hit pretty hard. I did have a chance to talk with an official at Avion. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
The storm caused some travel problems across the area, includes Austin Straubel Airport in Green Bay.
A former Action 2 News reporter, or sports reporter, I should say, John Gillespie was at the airport as the storm moved through tonight. He was preparing to take a flight. John joins us now live on the phone to tell us what happened out there. John, are you with us?
I am here, Jeff.
Tell us what happened. We see the pictures you snapped, really dark clouds, warnings. What happened?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I mean, I was in the terminal along with the other passengers waiting for my flight out, and you know, all of a sudden everyone's cell phones kind of lit up with the tornado warning in the area, and everyone was kind of looking toward the windows there, and it was like crazy dark skies out there. And some of the airport and TSA personnel came in, told everyone to please back away from the windows for obvious reasons, and then directed everyone downstairs to a sheltered area, some narrow hallways where everyone could kind of hang out there for about a half an hour until the warning expired. So definitely interesting situation, but they handled it great, and everyone's kind of scrambling now to get their travel plans rebooked here.
Does it seem like things are starting to move back to normal out there now?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there was a flight that was, I believe, supposed to go to Appleton that was diverted here, and then those passengers got off that plane and then went down into the sheltered area, and I think they are now having to bus to Appleton because of lightning in the area that's preventing the planes from flying out now. But every other flight, it seems like right now, is delayed, pushed back, or canceled. So it's kind of interesting out here trying to get the flights rebooked. But yeah, I mean, all things considered, everything's okay here.
Okay. Well, John, thank you very much, and good luck getting out tonight. Have a safe flight.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks so much.
Hi, everybody. Well, we're going to get you up to speed as to what's going on right now because it's been a very active afternoon, but now things, are starting to ease off a little bit.
Yeah, and I did want to mention right up front that the entire area had a severe thunderstorm watch. Most of the western counties have dropped out. It was supposed to run until 8. It will never last that long because things are it's all running out of gas right now.
And that's good news.
Yeah, it is.
It definitely is. Take a look at northeast Wisconsin right here. This is Viper. You can see a very fast-moving line of thunderstorms from southwest to northeast during the afternoon hours right up until the present time. The two boxes there shaded in white, lined in white in Door County and also in the Upper Peninsula in Menominee County. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings, and they go until 6 p.m. in Door County and until 5:30 as you look up in the south section of Menominee County in the Upper Peninsula. However, there really is not much going on there at all at the present time. You can zoom on in, you can see for yourself. Now, some other showers and thunderstorms are wrapping around this system and extend a little bit more west and filling in there through Oconto Falls and back towards Shawano, and those two are moving to the northeast. They're not severe. There is some heavy rain in there and some lightning, so you'll be wanting to know about that. Interesting this afternoon, I'll let Brad show you what we saw, and actually a rare indication of a tornado signature.
Yeah, this is roughly from 3:45 up until about 4:15. That's when we had that. Well, it ran until 4:30 for portions of the area, but that tornado warning you see there on Viper. So we're looking back in time. This was at 3:53, but right here on Viper, you can see the rotation just west of Pulaski. You go one frame further, and I wanted to point this out because this is a brand new feature. We just had an upgrade on Viper not that long ago, and this is the first time we've seen it in action. But you see that gray spinning cylinder right there? That's a tornadic debris signature. In other words, Viper actually detected debris from a tornado on the ground in the atmosphere that's been thrown high enough for the radar to actually see it in motion there. So another great improvement to Viper. And again, I think that we have our crew out headed towards Pulaski if they can get there. I guess the roads are flooded, but we'll certainly have some great pictures there. And also I wanted to mention at that point in time, it was not just the Pulaski area, but much. You can see all of this red here. That's really the very intense winds that were blowing through much of Brown County. You've seen the damage that's been reported. So, and in fact, I think that weather bug has some of those peak wind gusts from around northeastern Wisconsin. Yeah, there they are. Freedom, you had a 70-mile-per-hour peak wind gust. Chilton, 66 miles per hour, 67 over there. I think that's Wild Rose or thereabouts. So, you know, plenty of gusty, damaging winds with this line of showers and storms. But again, most of it has already come and gone. So we're on our way to more tranquil weather, probably in another hour or so. We'll still have some lingering rain, but most of the heavy stuff should be out of here shortly.
All right, and one last look here. This is Door County. You can see those storms now in the middle part of the county from Bailey's Harbor up to just between Sister Bay and Fish Creek. They're moving to the northeast very quickly, and they are not at the present time producing any large hail, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning for you until 6 o'clock.
Tamarius Randall's sophomore year was a disappointment. A groin injury set him back, requiring surgery in October. Now, he returned to play in the final 9 games, but he wasn't the same player he was as a rookie. However, Randall is healthy now, and Coach McCarthy singled him out today for having an outstanding offseason. Randall has seen most of his reps at the slot position. Now, the Packers call that the star position, and it fits Randall's natural playmaking talents.
I mean, quick, good tackler. I mean, I see the ball, get the ball type guy. I feel like every position on the field that you can make plays at. So it just kind of depends on how the offense view you. And I mean, if the offense view you as a threat, I mean, if they're going to try to game playing around you. I mean, I'm just here to be one of 11 guys that can be on the field to help the team make plays.
Yeah, state baseball hit by storms again today, just like yesterday, and those combined with an extra inning game in the first Division I semifinal last night meant a very late night and early morning for Kimberly at the Fox. The Makers facing Eau Claire North in the game that started around 11:30 last night. 2 wild pitches accounting for both Kimberly runs in the game, and when John Nett induces the final ground out, it was 1:34 in the morning. But Kimberly advances to tomorrow night's state title game against Sun Prairie with a 2-1 win. We'll be right back.
Before we go, here's a first look at storm damage. This is at Austin Straubel International Airport. Reporter Sierra Gillespie is at the scene working to get more information about what happened there. We'll expect a live report tonight on Action 2 News at 6.
And there you see the very fast northeastward movement of those storms, the strongest of which right now are into Lake Michigan and Door County until 6 o'clock, a severe thunderstorm warning, but there's really nothing going on there right now, as you can see. So the worst of it, I think, is over, and we'll have much more coming up at 6.
We'll see you then.